I would now like to welcome our chief guest, Mr. Suresh Soni. He's a managing partner at the GTI Group, which is a venture capital and private equity company. As part of the GTI Group, he co-founded Glory Oil, Cold Watt, and Nova Specialty Surgery. Now, Mr. Soni brings to the chaotic field of medical therapy the organized approach of the manager and the businessman. And finally, he's trying to get the confused feel of IVF organized by setting up a chain of IVF clinics, Nova EV, around the country. So it'll be wonderful hearing from him his ideas about how business and medicine can merge. Our chief guest for the evening, Mr. Suresh Soni.
Distinguished doctors, ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure to be amidst this distinguished gathering at the World Congress of Ovulation, Induction, and Ovarian Stimulation. Like Dr. Rupan Shah had mentioned, I am not a doctor, and I'm here in this field quite by accident. I've been very fortunate that I have been able to start several different businesses, and about 2 years ago, got into the medical field. And IVF, happened quite by accident again. We'd started a chain of surgical centers, and one of our gynecologists said, why don't we do birthing? And, this is such a nice place, then I wouldn't have to go anywhere else. And we ended up starting an IVF section adjacent to our surgical centers. For today's presentation or today's meeting, I, got the note last week from Gautam, so I started doing some research, what can I share with this distinguished gathering. And lo and behold, what I found out, that reproduction and fertility, not only are central to the survival of the species, like Dr. Sonawala had said, but surprisingly, from biblical and Vedic lore, it reflects human preoccupation with both conception and infertility. For example, Sarah, Abraham's wife, had passed the childbearing age without producing an offspring. She encouraged Abraham to take on the Egyptian slave as his wife and had a child through that. Later, she had a child with Abraham. According to Hindu mythology, ART has been known and practiced in India from ancient times. There are many ART stories that embellish our epics, Ramayana and Mahabharata, which we typically, as non-fertility, non-gynecologists, we read these stories, but actually have not been able to make the connection. In the Ramayana, King Dhritarashtra, father of Lord Rama, married thrice, but was unable to bear any children with any of his queens. His high priest, Valmiki, held a prayer ceremony, invoked the gods, and offered a concoction to the three queens, following which each one of them became pregnant. Arguably the first report of successfully assisted reproductive technology. Per the Mahabharata, Gandhari, the wife of King Dhritarashtra, conceived, but the pregnancy went on for nearly 2 years, after which she delivered a mole. Lord Vyasa found that there were 101 cells that were normal in the mass. These cells were then put in a nutrient media and were grown in vitro full term. Of these, 100 developed into male children, the Duryodhana, the Kauravas, and one of them was a female child. While the above quoted are examples of IVF, surrogacy, where growth and development of the embryos occur without fertilization, there's another story of embryo transfer. This was the 7th child of Devaki. As we are aware, Kans had taken upon himself to kill all the children of his sister because the prophecy was her eighth child would kill him. So when Devaki got pregnant for the 7th time, the Lord made the embryo transfer to Rohini, Vasudev's first wife. And so Kans never was able to find out. And that was Lord Krishna's elder brother, Balram. Now, despite having the world's second largest population, India has an estimated 15 to 17 million infertile couples in the age group of 20 to 40. Infertility is as much as a social problem as it is a health issue. With increasing awareness, infertility is becoming more acceptable across all communities in India. In spite of over 30% growth rate in IVF cycles in the last 3 years, India has amongst the least number of IVF treatment cycles as compared to the developed and emerging countries. So this represents both a treatment opportunity as well as a huge challenge in India. The challenges include access to the latest technology, research, training, infrastructure, equipment, drugs, internationally accepted protocols, and non-standard pricing. The use of ART has been increasing over the past 3 decades, and in the developed world, ART accounts for 1 to 3% of annual births. Some 30 years after the birth of the first test tube baby, IVF has become widely available treatment for most causes of subfertility. Despite ongoing advances in the assisted reproductive technology, pregnancy rates still remain around 30% per started cycle. In an attempt to compensate for the inefficiencies of IVF procedures, patients undergo ovarian stimulation using high doses of exogenous gonadotrophins to allow retrieval of multiple oocytes in a single cycle. The use of such stimulation protocols enables the selection of one or more embryos for transfer, while supernumerary embryos can be cryopreserved for transfer in a later cycle. In recent years, it has become evident that ovarian stimulation, although a central component of IVF, may itself have detrimental effects on oogenesis, embryo quality, endometrial receptivity, and perhaps perinatal outcomes. These mechanisms need to be understood better, and further knowledge is needed to increase the safety of ovarian stimulation and to reduce potential effects on embryo development and implantation, which will ultimately be translated into increased pregnancy rates and healthy children. Standardization of clinically proven protocols will lead to better outcomes. I'm sure that this Congress shall be a key contributor in delivering protocol-driven treatments that will ultimately result in enhanced patient satisfaction. I would like to take this opportunity to introduce Nova EV Fertility to all of you. Earlier this year, Nova Pulse, headquartered in Bangalore, announced its partnership with EV Spain, one of the leaders of fertility care. EV is one of the few institutions that undertakes fundamental research in the area of ART. This research goes from very basic science like stem cells to improve gamete quality to more clinically oriented research such as the best protocols for women with poor response to control ovarian stimulation or ways to avoid complications such as ovarian hypostimulation syndrome. Our mission at Nova is to institutionalize IVF treatment in India and provide world-class care that is affordable and conveniently located for the masses. I would like to thank Dr. Gautam Alabadia and the organizing committee for this opportunity to be in your esteemed company and address this August gathering. I want to thank all of you for gracing this momentous occasion. God bless.
This is something nice.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Soni, for that very interesting review of ancient Indian history. But I'm afraid you've left Gautam a very sad man, because now whatever new development he brings to the Indian ART scene, someone will say, but India did it 2,000 years ago. So Gautam, there's nothing new for you to do.